Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video, and today I'm gonna do a full review of my new car. So my new Mercedes C-Class. This is the new 5th generation model, 2023 model here. This is the key, and let's unlock it. The car greets us with the beautiful digital lights, and I will go through the details of exterior and interior. Also, I will show you the full tour of the infotainment system. So now let's start here with the front. This car has the AMG line, which is for me a must-have on the C-Class because it makes it look much more aggressive than the standard model. So you see we have different grille with the Mercedes star pattern, which is reserved for the AMG line. You also get a bit of a more aggressive front bumper. And the lights, speaking about those, LEDs are standard. Here are the digital lights. So you see we have the beautiful blue elements inside the light itself, and also when you unlock it you see very cool pattern here. One cool detail is to spot the C-Class. You can do it by just looking at this: 1 dot for the C-Class, 2 dots for the E-Class, and then 3 dots for the S-Class. You also see the digital light lettering inside. Name of this color is Obsidian Black, which is my personal favorite for this car. I also love the gray one, but I think this suits the car more. Tell me in the comments which color would you choose. Now moving on to the side, 4.75 meters is the length of the car. It is a bit longer than the predecessor, but just look at these elegant lines. How cool is this? And another thing that was definitely a must-have for me is the night package. So the night package gets you this, for example, in gloss black. Also on the front, the front splitter would usually be in chrome, but here it is in gloss black thanks to the night package. And yeah, well, that way I think the car has more clean design in my opinion, and definitely more sporty. And let's check out the wheels. So they start at 17-inch for the new C-Class, but AMG line has 18-inch, and then optionally you can get these. So these are the 19-inch wheels. I already put the winter tires because I am actually going on a big road trip tomorrow with it. So this car will be properly used. I went for the Michelin. Here is the dimension of the front tires, 225/40 R19. The rear ones have different dimensions. I really love the design of these wheels. That's why I went for them. Of course, AMG lettering here, diamond cut finish, a lot of gloss black, which is very good in my opinion. And I don't know, I may put them in gloss black, so fully paint them in black, but I'm not so sure about that. Tell me in the comments, what do you think about that? Of course, I'm not gonna do it right now. I would maybe do it in a year or two, but who knows. And with the AMG line, you also get this aggressive side skirt, which makes it more muscular in my opinion. Now, before we move on to the rear, let me just show you the rear wheels. So the same pattern, of course, but the dimension is different, as I told you. So let's just find the dimension: 255/35 R19. And now from the rear, gorgeous design, very elegant lines in my opinion. But now look at this, unlock it. How cool is that? Look at this beautiful illumination and actually animation that greets you when you open the car and unlock it. Here is the indicator, rear lights, and yeah, well, also this spoiler is the optional extra, so you can get it for around, I think, 450 euros, something like that extra, but definitely worth it because once again makes it more sporty. And the lettering C300 Firmatic. Before we move on, let's check out the animation. You see the same animation when the car locks itself. So yes, C300 Firmatic, 2-liter petrol engine, 258 horsepower. It's a mild hybrid petrol. And then Firmatic, of course, the all-wheel drive system. Now, if we take a look here, you see these are unfortunately the fake ones. But yeah, other than that, really gorgeous design. Look at this, sort of like the diffuser. And yeah, overall styling. I mean, look at this. How cool is that? Now I also want to show you, of course, the trunk. And you see, I didn't go for the electric tailgate because I think when I have it, I don't think too much in the garage. And then if I show you from this angle, the tailgate is, when it lifts up, it is higher than the roof itself. So I think for me it's better when I watch out and when I do it with my hand. And the thing is, if you didn't go for the electric tailgate and you open the tailgate with the key, press this, it will open fully. So you see, almost like you have it, but of course for closing you do need to do it with your hand. 455 liters, really a lot of room here, especially when I compare it to my previous car, which was the Mini Cooper 3-door. And down there, some additional room, and also the Mercedes basket, which can also be used for various things. Now, if you do this, the rear seats fold, and you can do it here as well. So very, very practical indeed. And well, definitely it's gonna be much easier to travel with this car. And before we move on to the interior, let me show you the car from this angle. Share your thoughts with me. How do you like it? And now let's jump on board. And now you will see this is really beautiful. So once again, keyless entry. Mercedes star pattern on both sides. And this is the gorgeous, gorgeous interior. I mean, just look at this. I'm so happy with this color and the leather here inside, because in contrast with gloss black elements and of course the Obsidian black exterior finish, it gives great contrast. And yeah, well, definitely I'm impressed, and it looks so good, just like I expected it to be. Now here we have the memory seat, and the adjustments for the seat can be made here, lock and unlock buttons, and this is of course to control the windows and the mirrors. This has different sections, so you see here you can put a bottle. Another way to open the tailgate, Mercedes-Benz illuminated, not sure if you can see it here on the camera, and the lumbar support for the seats. And once again, look at this beautiful design. Look at the attention to detail here with the headrest. Definitely impressive looking interior. Ambient lights. We're going to go on a night point of view drive as well, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, now it is time to check out the interior from driver's perspective. Alright, let's start with a wider view. You see the beautiful illumination throughout the whole car. The air vents are illuminated as well. So overall, gorgeous place to be. Let's change the view and let me show you all the details. First of all, this car has the AMG Line exterior and interior, which means here we have the special AMG steering wheel with the beautiful 2 spokes here on both sides. And these are the touch sensitive buttons, and that way you control various functions here. But of course you can do it with the touch, with the voice command. A lot of options. Digital cockpit in front of the driver with many views that are available. I will show you that in a moment. The dashboard, very nice materials here. You see the leather and nice stitching. Actually, I think this stitching is the same one as the color of those seats, so that's really cool. And yeah, well, this clicking sound is so satisfying. The latest MBUX infotainment system, and now this can be configured. So when you are buying the car and speccing it, you can configure this section here and this one as well. Various options are available. I went for this gray finish, and it's very nice. It's a satin finish, and it looks very cool because they have the same pattern. And the other option, which is like the standard one, I believe, is the gloss black here. But then you have like a lot of fingerprints and stuff like that. You see here, no fingerprints, and definitely easier to maintain clean. Here is where you have the cup holders, wireless charger for the phone, USB-C port, and additional storage room. Now the thing is, you can get the USB pack, but it was not available at the time of my order. Then you would get more USB ports, but I think because of the whole global situation, it was not possible to get them. If you want to open this section, just press this. Additional room, nicely illuminated. And yeah, well, once again, I think the USB pack would give you additional USB ports here. This is the glove box, really decent amount of room there as well. But now I think it's time that we focus on the infotainment system. And this system is really advanced, but it's also easy to get used to it. In no time, you will learn all the things that you need to know, and it's easy to control them during the drive. You also have the voice command once again, so really nice, and you can focus on the drive itself. So here is like the main menu. Press this comfort, for example, to change the ambient lights and the seat position. For example, the car can adjust your seat automatically. So you see here, you can put your height, and then it will start the positioning. Ambient lights, this is really gorgeous because this car has 64 colors that are available for this interior lighting. And you also have the multicolor preset options, for example, Miami Rose, Malibu Sunset, which is cool because you have like this red sections and the bluish ones. So really a lot of options here when we talk about the ambient lights. Let me show you here as well. So everything is nicely illuminated. Tell me in the comments which one is your favorite. Let's put the blue one. And you will also notice that we have ambient lights at the rear as well as here. Of course, if you don't like them, you can then turn them off, or you can turn off some of these zones. So there are various zones and you can then adjust. Moving on to the settings of the car, here are the assist systems. ESP, active brake assist, and then you control it here whether you want early, medium or late. Same goes for the active lane keeping assist. There are also other options when we talk about the driver assist and safety systems available for the new C-Class. And then the assistance, speed limit assist, traffic light view. So assist you at the traffic light, displays a video image. So the thing is, you have the additional camera here. It's a wide angle camera, and then you can see the traffic light without having to look from your window, and sometimes you really don't see the traffic light, but with this camera you can see it easily, and the car will notice when you are stationary and next to the traffic light, and it will open the camera view here in front of you. Attention assist can also be configured here. Camera, GPS based activation, so if you have a spot where you want the camera to like activate, then you can just activate it and manage activation positions. That way, when you go to that spot, the car will automatically turn on the camera and you will have all the assist systems ready. And various parking assist systems and settings are available here, warning tones and stuff like that. And if we move on here to the vehicle settings, first thing you can notice here is the winter tire limit. I actually already adjusted it since the winter tires are limited to 240 kilometers per hour, and then this car has the top speed of 250. So here is where you adjust that. You can also turn on the manual shifting, but the thing is you do have this pedals here, so you can activate it just by pressing this. And yeah, well, also the car wash mode, basically vehicle is prepared before driving into an automatic car wash. Mirrors folded in, windows closed, parktronic off and rain sensor off. And when you press activate, then you can go into the car wash. Comfort settings, easy entry and exit feature. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this, so I turn it off. Basically the seat would go then, I think, a bit towards the rear so that you can like get out of the car easier, but for me, but I don't think that I need that kind of system and the feature. Open, close, automatic locking and acoustic lock. You can also set this automatic mirror fold in when you lock the car, so I press this on and turn it on. And the standby mode is, I believe, when you have the car stationary for a few weeks, then you can turn this on and then it will preserve and save more energy. Dynamic select, so this car has different driving modes, and here is where you adjust the individual mode. You can adjust drive, steering, ESP, and sound. This car does have the special like artificial sound from the speakers when you are in Sport Plus mode, and you can also have it in the individual mode as well. Lights, so various options for the settings. Of course, for the lights are available here. You can adjust the settings for the ambient lights, and then exterior lighting delay. You notice that when I unlocked the car, the lights were turned on for the 30 seconds. You can adjust that as well. System settings, well, language and stuff like that, and then the information about the system, stuff like that. Phone connection, I actually turned off the Bluetooth now on my mobile phone, but here's where you connect it. You can listen to the music from your mobile phone, and of course use it for speaking with people. It's connected. There's also the Apple CarPlay. Radio, so the list is available here. You can also have a different view of the list as well. Media, info about the car. Here is where you can see brake, accelerator, and the angles here. Engine settings, this is also cool to see during the drive itself, and the temperatures are here. And yeah, well, this is additional home screen where you have the navigation, and now you will see the attention to details here. So we have the 3D shape of the buildings, and look at this. So since it's dark outside, you see that, for example, the windows have the lights. How cool is that? And then here, for example, the National Theatre, and overall, look how gorgeous this is. I can't wait to drive in this, you know, in the city, and also to go on various road trips. And yeah, well, tell me in the comments, what are your thoughts on this beautiful screen, and also very responsive. I must compliment that, as this is really advanced system, among my favorites actually. So yeah, definitely gorgeous, and I'm gonna enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it. You also have the app for your mobile phone, and you can configure various things about the car from there. Now let's focus on this section here, dynamic. So this car has few driving modes: comfort, sport, sport plus, and the individual. So far I only drove it in comfort because car only has 100 and something kilometers. So I will use the sport plus when we go over 1000 kilometers. Climate menu is here, and this is where you can control it, but it's really easy to control the AC because you see, this is how you change the temperature, and this is to change the air blower. Now if you change the temperature and put it to higher temperature, you see this illuminates in red. How cool is that? We have the thermatronic AC on this one, so I think 4 zones. It was part of the package which I spec'd. So this car is really packed with technology. Fingerprint scanner, so that way when you enter your account, and you can do it with the PIN or with the fingerprint scan. Hazard lights, and here is where you have the 360 view. Let's look at this. How cool is that? And also, if I turn on the indicator, it will turn on. If we move on the wheels, of course it will do it, you see. And I can actually reverse it and put this camera on. So look at this. Very, very cool. Almost like playing a video game. Look at this. Okay, now those were the camera settings, camera views. I can also show you the rear camera. Here it is. It is a bit wide angle. I have like the lift for my car to go into the garage, and it's a bit weird at first, but I think I will get used to it. This is the second view that is available. And Yeah, well, here is where you access the settings for the car. Head-up display can be configured here as well, and all settings can be adjusted here. Then you go back to the settings which I already showed you. Slider for the volume. And that's it when we talk about the infotainment system. Now let's also check out the views that are available here in front of the driver. Understated, look at this. This is very cool because you have minimalistic view, great for driving during the night. For example, you see really not many information, just the ones that you need here in front of you. Navigation view is very cool, big navigation in front of you, assistance, various options, and then here the service tells you when is your next service and stuff like that. Now here is where you have the different views of the head-up display. Not sure if you can see the head-up display. This is the minimal one, sport, standard, eco display, and settings can be adjusted here. I will put the standard one on, and I think now we covered most of the things here. Inside, start, stop, off is here, engine, start engine button is here, memory of the seats, it's easy, you just find your position, press M and then press 1. If you want your position to be 2, then just press M and 2. So yeah, really an impressive interior. The sun visors are here, there we go, and additional lights are available here. Let me show you the sun visor for the passenger. There we go. So now let's check out the rear bench. Alright then, let's enter the rear seats. The wheelbase has been increased by 25 millimeters, and now you can see the puddle light, which is very cool. And you will notice that here we really have a lot of room. And first of all, the ambient lights, how cool is that? But let me show you this. So the front seat is adjusted to my driving position, and I still have a lot of room here. Also the clever design of the seats. And let me turn on the lights here so that we have a bit more light. There we go. Nice illumination here. Of course, all-wheel drive means that you do have this section here. Thermatronic AC, each passenger here at the back, so both passenger behind the driver and behind the co-driver has the option to configure the AC. And also I want to show you the armrest. I know it's a bit dark, but I think you will see this. So press it once, you have this like the pencil holder, press it twice, and the cup holders are here. Speaking about practicality, also some additional storage area here. Let me show you how much space I have for my head. And it is really dark, I'm not sure how much can you see, but just about right. I'm 1.87 m and I'm really comfortable here, so I'm not touching the roof, and it's a big thumb up for me because I can be comfortable here even on longer journeys. Let me show you the bonnet, and let's open it actually. Hidden lever here. And then you also need to pull this. There we go. And here we have it in its full glory, the petrol engine. So as I said, once again, this is the petrol mild hybrid engine, 2-liter, 4-cylinder, 258 horsepower, and also additional 20 horsepower from the EQ Boost, the electric system. My personal favorite for the new C-Class, but there are also other options available. You can go for the 4-cylinder petrol or diesel engines, and there are also plug-in hybrids. So a lot to choose from. And tell me in the comments what would be your choice of an engine for this car. Of course, top of the line, I didn't mention that, but obviously top of the line are the AMG models. But I think for me this is more than enough. Tell me in the comments what are your thoughts on this model and how do you like this spec. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Do subscribe to the channel as there will be plenty of more to come. Tell me in the comments how do you like the car, how do you like the spec, and what would you like to see with it. Of course, we are going on a night point of view drive. Stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for watching these videos and see you on the next one. Bye bye.